Hi everyone, welcome back to First in Finance. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about credit score. Now, it's something that scared me for a long time because it just seems like it looms over my life, but I think it's really important to break it down, and so that's what I'm going to do for you in this video. So like, subscribe, and share with whoever you think will be really interested in knowing more about this. So let's get started. Now, a credit score is basically how you use your money based on one card. So it shows how responsible you are with payments, with loans, lines of credit, any other financial obligation you've had over the years. So for example, if you have a credit card, all that information goes into your credit score. For example, how long you've had it, what kinds of payments do you use it for, if you've opened another credit card and closed that one down, which not good for that, but we'll go into that later. So basically it's a number from 300 to 850. 850 is the number that you want to have. It's the best. It's excellent. So above a 750 is excellent. About 650 to 750 is good. It's decent. And then when you get below 650, it starts getting a little bit iffy. Like, you need to bring that up a little bit more. And if you don't have a credit score, totally okay. You can work on building it. And I'll talk about that soon. But credit scores are used all the time in order to evaluate like what good you are at like fulfilling payments. So whenever you're buying a house, whenever you're applying to rent an apartment, whenever you're applying to get a car, get a loan, open a business, applying for another credit card, it all factors in. So you want it to be the best that is. Now, credit scores are really important because it affects each person's ability to borrow money as well as the cost of borrowing money. So if you have low credit score, it can affect your ability to get certain loans, for example, if you want to buy a house, like it can affect your ability to do that. And even when determining interest rates for buying a car or buying a house, it can also impact that. So it's also super important to keep that in tip-top shape. So now I'm going to go into what goes into a credit score. Now, if you don't have a credit card, you don't have a credit score currently. So my suggestion is to start as early as possible. Apply for a student card. So if you just turned 18, and even if you're not a student, apply for some kind of no-fee card. I will link some down below. But basically, you need to start building credit, and you can even start with small bills. So start paying your groceries with it because you know you can pay it off. So don't buy anything you know you can't pay off. Don't buy this amazing, like, I don't know, Tesla. If you can afford Tesla, great for you, but most people can't. So basically, make sure that you only buy things that you can pay off. And also, there's a lot of credit cards out there that may have hidden fees, so I would check that as well. And now I'm going to go into a few of the credit cards that I use and that I suggest. Now here I'm going into the Discover Student Card, the one that I use. So if you just Google search it, it should be the first one that shows up down there. So you can click on that. And I think there's two different kinds of cards. I use the one on the right. That one on the left, I'm not sure about the benefits, but I think it would also be well. And I like this one because, one, it has 0 fees, and you can also get some amount of cash back. So if you just go ahead and click Apply Now. But I'd also like to point out that there is a different limited 1% cashback, my apologies, on purchases related to students, such as books, groceries, college staples, etc. So if we click on Learn More, it'll take us to more details about what percent cashbacks it gives you and how it doesn't have a really high interest rate for the first 6 months, which basically means that you don't have to pay the price on what you spend. But I would suggest to not rack that up. Now I'm going to talk about the things that go into a credit score. 35% of what goes into your credit score is your payments history. So do you make your payments on time? And if you've never had a credit card this is going to continue to build as you get a credit card. So do you pay all your accounts on time? And if you don't, that may lead to a lower score. Now, disclaimer, on a credit card bill, it's going to say minimum payment. But that's only to avoid the late fees. So if you only keep paying the minimum payment, your interest is going to keep building up and building up. And interest is what the price you have to pay for borrowing the money. So say you buy $30 of groceries, but obviously that's not the money that you have because you're borrowing it from the credit card company. So you don't pay it that month and their interest rate may be 20%. So then the next month you're going to have to pay $36 on that. And even though you only spent $30 on groceries, you still have to pay that $6 because you borrowed the money. And obviously you don't want to pay for something that's like not even yours. So I would say you have to pay all of your debt in full, so pay the entire credit card bill in full. Because your credit score can also go down if you don't pay in full. So 35% of your score is payment history. Next, 30% is amounts owed. So how much of your total credit are you using? Now, it's suggested to not use up all of your credit. So for example, my credit limit right now I think is about $2,000. It just depends from case to case. It's whenever you apply for your card, they give you a credit limit, so you can't spend more than that. And basically, I have done research and it says like try not to use more than 2/3 of your credit. Less is more. Lowering debt can also be better for your credit score. Then 15% of your score is length of history. So how long have you had that card? So the more you have that card, the better it is for your score. Now, if you want to say have a credit card that you when you're a student and then when you graduate you want to apply for another card, or you just want to apply for another card in general, I'd say do not close that first card that you had because that's carrying all the history of your credit. So once you X that out, your history is gone, and when you're applying for houses, for applying to rent, they don't see all the history of you paying your bills, and you have no history. So then I would say a longer history is obviously better. Now, the fourth component of a good credit score is new credit. So have you opened any new credit cards lately? Now, if you're a student, you probably won't be, but sometimes I'm thinking of like opening an airline credit card so that I can start building points and getting travel, but that's another concern for the future. So opening too many accounts can actually lower your credit score if you do it in a short amount of time. And lastly, 10% of your score is the types of credit that you use. So what kind of payments do you make it for? Is it a car loan? Is it groceries? Is it utilities? If you have a diverse amount of types of credit that you're using the card for, then that can actually help your score. Now I'm going to go into the specific numbers of a credit score and what is best. So 800 to 850 is the best. Then you have the very good, which is up until 799 from 750. Then it starts getting a little bit worse and worse. So you want to aim to be at least above a 700, but if you can, try to be above 750 because you really don't want to go to the poor and very bad areas. That is Credit Score 101. Credit score in general. Let me know if you have any other questions down below. I'm definitely going to make more videos that are more specific about like scores and like types of cards and everything. So hang tight and I will see you back. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share using the following social media. Thanks.